Hi and welcome to this live currency strength indicator table video. My name is John. I'll be taking you through the charts this Friday the 9th of December. Here you can see we have the live currency strength indicator tables in front of us. We have two types of tables. We have the trend traders table and the day traders table. These are highlighting the same studies but just on different time frames. So the trend traders is the higher time frame, day traders is the lower time frame. The tables auto update every 15 minutes 24/7, so wherever you are in the world and you have access to the tables, you can access this at any time and get the latest update. You can see here some of the currencies are highlighted in green. That shows there's a confluence between the two trading time frames, and that's where we'll be focusing most of our attention in the videos. Now, what are the trend traders and day traders tables showing us? Well, it's showing us that the New Zealand dollar on the trend traders is still number one. It's followed by the Great British Pound at S2, followed by the Japanese Yen at S3. On the weak side, we have the Canadian dollar still at the top of the table as the weakest currency. We then follow that with the US dollar as the second weakest currency, followed by the Australian dollar, which is the third weakest currency. On the day trader side of things, however, we have the Swiss franc as the strongest currency, followed by the euro as the second strongest currency, followed by the pound as the third strongest currency. On the weak side, we have the Canadian dollar as W1, topping the weak side of the table again, and then it's followed by the US dollar again at W2, followed by the Japanese yen. Now you can see here the yen appears twice on the tables, but it's not highlighted in green. That's because there is no confluence between the higher time frame and the lower time frame because they're on opposite sides of the table. I'm actually going to jump into cable and pound CAD today. These are the highlighted currencies. We're going to have a little look at those. I have looked at a few other pairs as well, so I might mention a couple of others, so stick around if you want to look at what potentially is coming into some key areas of interest. I do quite like the opportunity on euro yen, but from a higher time frame perspective. So what I would have liked to have seen is maybe yen on this side of the table, so it might be something setting up there, so we'll have a little look at that as well towards the end of the video. But let's focus on cable first. What is going on with cable? Well, we're still hovering around the 1 spot 22.50 handle, which is this area of highs here that formed back in July 2022. And we've had pretty much a mixed week in terms of dollar pairs, and the reason being, I think, is because the market is waiting for some kind of fundamental catalyst to give it a bit of a push at the moment. And we do have some data out today. It's the US PPI data, which could be the one that sets the market tone for the next sort of couple of weeks towards the Federal Reserve interest rate decision later this month. So if we see a higher PPI number, we could see the dollar strengthen, pound could start pushing back to the downside. If, however, it goes the opposite way, pound could continue to the upside. Now, the one thing that helps us with regards to the fact that it is in a range is if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that prices in this sort of directional range where it is trading to the upside here. It's within this bullish channel, but pretty much ever since price hit the 1 spot 22.50 handle, price has been pretty much moving sideways. I can highlight it in a box here. We've been pretty much sideways around that level, so it's fair to say that maybe we're not going to see a considerable move to the upside. Maybe price is going to trade within the range for now, which could offer you opportunities as a day trader. You know, you can see we've broken through this trend line resistance here. If I was actually to go a lot lower, like the 30-minute for example, we can see that price is trading at previous highs. You know, if we were to break through another sort of trend line resistance here, that could also be an opportunity back to trade towards the range highs, which are up here at the 122.40 handle. There still could be potential here for pound dollar to move to the upside in line with the tables, but I think because of the news today, we're probably going to see the market just remain range bound until that event. So we may see price come all the way back down to this trend line support, and if it does, that might give us a short-term opportunity to trade within this bullish channel. If we trade through the bullish channel, price could then head down towards the higher time frame trend line, which is from this daily chart or even this 8-hour chart down through here. So there could be some opportunities for pound if we were to see some declines in the market later today or following into next week as we hover around this high. Moving on to the next chart of interest then, which was pound CAD. Now, I actually like pound CAD to the upside. We've been big fans of the Canadian dollar weakness at the moment because it has pretty much topped the tables for a number of days now. You can see going all the way back, the Canadian dollar has appeared on the weak side of the tables for some considerable time. So we've been favouring pound CAD to the upside as well as other CAD pairs. We've talked about Kiwi CAD in the past. We talked about Euro CAD as well to the upside, and pound CAD was one of those in question. And you can see pretty much once we formed the low down at the 141 handle, price has now rallied over 2,600 pips to the upside, and we're coming into a key area of interest. So if I actually just go to the monthly time frame, you'll see that price is actually trading within a range. Okay, so we're in a range between the 1.7750 handle and the 1.59 handle. Price has been in that range since 2016 until the recent breakout to the downside, which formed that low in September. Now we've traded back within that. There are a couple of confluence levels around sort of the middle of the range where we've almost had like a mini range within the overall range, which was between 1.6775 and that 1.7750. But we also have this trend line confluence running through here, so there's a nice spot of resistance coming up for pound CAD, which to me suggests that maybe we're going to see a move into that area, which could offer day trading opportunities. Now I'm just going down to, let's go to the 4 hour first. Sorry, you can see that we've actually got a couple of channels going on. We have this channel that formed down through here, this bullish channel. Price traded outside of that channel and then used the channel high as support to form another bullish channel where price was finding support every time it came back to the channel sort of resistance turn support. So really speaking, I'm looking to see if price will just trade back to the upside in the short term here. Now if we go down to the hourly, you can see that price has found a top. Okay, we've come into previous highs. So this was the high back on the 6th of December. Price has come back into that high and we're rejecting it now. However, we are kind of trending up towards it. So what I've done is, if I go down to even lower time frame, I've marked out the previous high in the 30-minute time frame, which is 161.6680. So I think if price comes back into that level there, we could find support in and around that point for another continuation move. Now this would be very much focused around a day trading opportunity, because what I'd want to see is price come down into this area here, find support, and then look for your longs back up into these highs first. Then look to see if price breaches it and moves higher after that. From a trend trading perspective, I don't think you've got a move here at the moment. If anything, you're probably waiting for the longer term resistance to be found, and then maybe for the tables to update and show the opposite effect forming. Okay. I said I was going to finish on Euro Yen, so I am going to finish on Euro Yen. Let's just bring that chart in. The reason why I like Euro Yen is because there's a couple of different opportunities I feel that are forming on this particular market. Now, like I said, it's not showing up on the trend trader side of the table yet, and we do have yen on the strong side, so it's a very early sort of look into this particular market, but it has showed up on the day traders. And when I was looking at the charts earlier, I just thought this market could be about to do something. So if I go up to this weekly time frame, the reason why I quite like this market in particular is because we've bounced at the 141 handle, which is a trend line support from the sort of lows back here in March, all the way up through to this sort of this forming bullish channel, and you can see we've recently found support at the 141. Price is trading above the daily 200 moving average as well, and it gives me the idea that maybe price is going to work within that channel, maybe come back to the 148 highs or even break it and head towards the channel highs through here. Obviously, alternatively, price could still trade back to the downside and we could see a move towards 134. However, at the moment, price is respecting this bullish channel. Now, if I go to the daily, then we've almost got this trend line resistance running through here. We can see we've had multiple tests of that. So what I'm waiting for really is for price to trade through this area here, which could give us opportunities then to look for that move to 148. That's why I said it's quite an early opportunity, because we haven't seen the momentum to the upside yet. So in theory, price could still come back down, okay? Especially because on the higher time frame, it's saying the yen is still strong, so we could still see something like this happen instead. But what I'm watching is how price reacts around these highs. So if I go down to a lower time frame here, how is price reacting around that point? Are sellers getting involved here, or is it looking likely that the buyers are going to take over? In terms of, if the buyers take over, we've almost got this consolidation here. If the buyers take over and break through the trendline resistance, it could open the door to a bigger move up to that 148 handle. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you had a great trading week. Remember, if you are a member, you can access the currency strength indicator tables at any time. But I hope you had a brilliant trading week. We did discuss some good moves this week, so hopefully you did jump on a couple of those. And thanks for watching the videos this week, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.